What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Kind of impromptu, but we'll see. Maybe we can get a little crowd together. So, scent of the day, Molinard, Ginger Ombre, basically Dior Homme Cologne, but the quality is really solid. Doesn't last a long time, but it's a solid little fragrance here. If you like Dior Homme Cologne and you're trying to get on a budget, you can get it for like I don't know, $60, something like that. It's really solid. Joel Matrix is the guy who put us all onto this. So thank you, Joel. Gonna hang out here, see how many people we can get. Did not really do a good job of putting this on time. So we'll see who joins in. Joel is here. What's up, man? I kind of just did an impromptu live stream, so I'm gonna see if a couple people join and we'll just chat. I do have some fragrances that I was planning on talking about, but I didn't really plan this stream as more spur of the moment. So we'll see if we can get a little crowd going. We can chat. Let me know your scent of the day, and yeah, I think that Kaltat Night fragrance actually comes in tomorrow because I don't think the mail service is running today for the holiday, but tomorrow I should be able to finally figure out if that cherry fragrance can dethrone French Defense from Mind Games. We're going to find out. Supremacy in Heaven is what you're wearing. That, I believe, is an Aventus clone. Let us know. I think that's an Aventus clone. What's up, Patrick? How are you doing, man? Dan, not the man, is here as well. Thanks for stopping in. Patrick's wearing Precious Liquid Salt and Pepper. Okay, cool. Yeah, I heard that one is kind of like a niche take on Saint Bart's by Tommy Bahama. Let us know if that's true or if that's just a wives' tale. I would like to know your opinion since you are wearing it. Yeah, I'm excited to try it. It's going to be interesting. And the thing about French Defense is it's really good, but sometimes the fruity fragrances or like the very distinct sweet kind of gourmand fragrances is the word I was looking for. They come off a little feminine to where I don't always want to wear something feminine when I'm stepping out the house. Sometimes I'll grab something kind of more on the unisex side. Uh, Especially like Lamari Porthole, I think is a really good unisex one that's kind of been popular. But French Defense for me, I don't know. I just think it works better for a lady personally. So I think that Kaltat Night will be interesting because I know it's got a lot of cinnamon and a lot of spicy notes too, and red apple, which I love. So I think it's going to work better for me just going off the notes. Patrick got his Super Duper 10 decant haul in yesterday. You want me to share some of my thoughts on the big hitters? Yeah, please go ahead. I know you got a lot that I've actually like tried recently as well, so I want to know your thoughts on them for sure. Supremacy in Heaven is a Creed Silver Mountain Water clone. Okay, not Aventus. I knew it was one of them. Silver Mountain Water. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Well, that's a good segue. How do you feel like it compares to Metal Rain? Because you guys know I hype up these Banana Republic Icon lines because for 25 bucks, they're really solid. And Metal Rain, when I smelled Silver Mountain Water for the first time, I was just shocked at how close the Metal Rain was. That was the first thought I had in my head. It was like, whoa, Banana Republic nailed it with Metal Rain. And I'm happy with this. Really, I don't feel the need to ever get Silver Mountain Water, but I just throw this on when I'm in the mood for it. What do you think about how Metal Rain compares to Supremacy in Heaven? If you've tried Metal Rain. What's up, Dan? Club de Nuit per show. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the new one. That is the new one that has been making its rounds. Let us know what you think about it. Maybe thinking of another one. Salt and Pepper to me is a very niche take on Sauvage EDT. Okay. It's very spicy, peppery, caraway, carrot seeds, but still has that blue shower gel dry down in the background. Okay. Well, that sounds really good because I love Sauvage. And I love all forms of Sauvage. I actually have so much Sauvage. It's crazy, like just in different forms. But yeah, the one I was thinking about was Blue Agave. Blue Agave was the one that I was thinking about that supposedly is a niche Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Bart's, but that salt and pepper one sounds really good. And the carrot seed note is interesting. You don't really see that a lot. That's sounds like it'd be pretty bomb. Mikey, what is up, man? How are you, my man? If you want to hop in, you're welcome to. This is just kind of like an impromptu live stream. Have some fragrances to talk about, but I'm also down to just chat with everybody. But try to keep it interesting with a topic. But if you're free and you want to hop in, you're always welcome. Vintage Green 78. Yep, that one gets a lot of love. That one definitely does. I liked it at first, but then I ended up selling it off. For me, that, and I know I'm in the minority because I know a lot of people really like that one, but something about how the woodiness or like kind of came off like hay like a little bit to me, and I just I always found myself reaching for Grassland when I wanted a green fragrance from Banana Republic. But good to see you here, and I appreciate you stopping by, my man. Vibrato, hell yeah, very effervescent, juicy grapefruit and ginger. I have a fragrance that smells 85% similar, just denser. Alexandria's Black Panther, yeah. And Black Panther is actually Alexandria's Tigar clone. And yeah, the scent profile of Vibrato and Tigar are both very close. The thing I think that separates them is the grapefruit is not as prominent in Vibrato. It's not necessarily like the main star of the show like it is in Tigar. And also the ginger aspect of Vibrato is definitely a little more present than Tigar. I don't even know if Tigar has ginger in it. So that's definitely a noticeable difference, but both are excellent. I happen to own Vibrato, and I'm so happy with it. I'm very, very happy with it. But if you're looking for a Tigar on a budget, Alexander's Black Panther is supposedly the top dog for that scent profile. Rojas Loam. Okay. I know that one gets a lot of love too, but again, not the biggest fan of that one. I typically love blue fragrances, and I have a lot of them, but Rojas Loam, I think that whole just the K Dolce Gabbana K and Rojas Loam, that scent profile is not my jam, unfortunately. But I know that that's a good one, just not for me. Maybe the way the juniper berry comes across, I'm not sure exactly what it is. Been looking for Banana Republic Oud Mosaic for about a year and found it the other day. Okay, let me know what you think about that one, because that one is challenging. It's a tart oud. It's a very tart oud. You guys are like on a roll of naming fragrances that I don't really love. I swear I like most stuff, but you guys are kind of on a roll. Yeah, Oud Mosaic was kind of tough for me. It actually surprisingly is perfumed by Claude Deer, who did a lot of the Zahara fragrances too. So fun fact. Got Fig Ecstasy because of you. Okay. Notes aside, it smells like a Jolly Rancher. Interesting. I like it. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Jolly Rancher is interesting. I don't quite get that. I get actually a lot of the woods. I've realized lately it's a really like heavy, dominant, woody fragrance. But that I'm glad to know that it's working out for you, my man. So glad I could put you onto that. Porthole. I see why this is hyped fruity. It actually reminds me of tropical Skittles. Okay, yeah, I could get that for sure. The passion fruit note, I think. I'm with I Smell on it though. It's just a tad too feminine leaning for me. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got that fruity tropical vibe to it. I get a lot of the pineapple. That's really the thing that sticks out to me, and the passion fruit as well. With Porthole, I love the fragrance. I think it's amazing. I think it's just really easy to get tired of that scent profile after a while, and because the performance on it is really, really strong. Like 8 to 10 hours, which is kind of surprising for that style of fragrance, but the fruits really carry. Yeah, I got a 9 ml of it and I got through about 3 ml, and then I just kind of found myself wanting something different. Maybe the fact that it's kind of more unisex was part of that. But I'm with you. I think it's more situational. At certain times, you're going to really love it. You like one that you just come back to time and time again, and then it invigorates you again. You're like, oh yeah, that this one's awesome, but not something I'd want to wear all the time. Wasn't sure about naming the clone now. Even posting clone on my Insta after, and even a bunch of other YouTube can't anymore. OG companies are cracking down more and more now. Yeah, that may be true, but I guess that's one of the benefits of being a smaller channel. Like, what I have really nothing to lose. I mean, I don't make any money from this. I just do it for fun, and I'm really I'm not in the same ballpark as those guys and don't have to worry about that because it's their business and they're looking at it from a business perspective. You know, if you have a piece of your business that's going to get demonetized or it's going to get affected, you want to be able to look forward and try to mitigate that risk, right? For me, I'm just a guy on the internet talking about fragrance just as a side thing for fun, just to get away from making music for a little bit, change it up, and just do something different for a couple hours or whatever. Unfortunately, I never smelled Metal Rain, but heard good things. Yeah, it's solid, but I'm sure the one you're rocking is cool too. Yeah, Patrick, I'm with you on that. Porthole is nice, no denying. Just leaves a slight bit feminine. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, Joel. Last one to mention for now is Uden. Okay, yeah. This was to me the best from the whole haul. Opens like niche edition Blanche, yeah, but develops into a beautiful complex coffee, rum, sandalwood dry down. Yeah, I agree with you. Uden is a really good one. I think it's a little bit redundant if you own any of the like Alurum Sport line. But yeah, it's very, very solid, especially if that's one of your favorite scent profiles. That's an interesting niche take on it. And the thing that I also enjoy is, like you mentioned, it doesn't just copy Edition Blanche. Edition Blanche is like maybe 30 to 40% of it. And then it has this whole other aromatic aspect to it that's really, really nice. So it's a well done fragrance. My second one ever smelled that I've smelled from Xerjoff. And I'm impressed with them so far. That one and Mephisto, and both are pretty excellent. I'm looking forward to getting my nose on, God willing, more from the House of Xerjoff moving forward. Mikey likes Uden as well. You make a good point on Porthole. I'm gonna try wearing it at the beach, and yeah, Uden to me is actually worth the niche price tag. What you'd expect from niche. All right, we got one more comment. Magnero. I'm not. I don't even know if I'm reading that right. Scent of the day, body all oud sublime. I love it. A little feminine, but I don't care. Yep, that is another one that is kind of in that same category as Porthole. It's a little feminine, but when you're in the mood for it, it smells great and you're really enjoying it. So similar category, but definitely not the same quality as Porthole. But Body All Oud is a great, great fragrance. I love the apple in it. I really love the apple in it. It's my favorite fruit. It's one of my favorite top notes. So I'm a sucker for it. What can I say? All right, let's talk about some cheap fragrances that don't suck because we know a lot of them are not that great. Let's start with, I guess, this one. So this is arguably the best clone that I own and one that is so highly slept on, guys. This is Francique 63.55. Joel told me about it. Joel in the chat, Joel's Matrix. He's put me onto a lot of good stuff, and this is one of the best. This is a perfect clone of BDK's Gris Charnel. And for those of you that don't know Gris Charnel, it is just the best, like cozy, like sensual type of fragrance. If you like fig, black tea, I believe lavender as well, and cardamom, these notes are featured just perfectly in this fragrance. If you enjoy fragrances like La Nuit de l'Homme, like Prada Black, you know, stuff that you might wear on a date or stuff that you might wear when you're maybe in a more chill, relaxed type mood, you want some of that cardamom like spice. It's got this, you know, sexy appeal that Jeremy Fragrance created, that sexy accord that we all love. Check out Francique 63.55. I believe it is from Fragrance World. It's excellent, really excellent. And yeah, can't say enough good things about it. Probably my number one clone right now. Let's see one more while we are talking about my favorite clones. This is probably this and that Francique are like my number one and probably number two favorite clones right now. So this is John Lowe Immortal. This is a hype beast for good reason. And we were kind of talking about vibrato and Tygar. And, you know, this is supposedly their take on L'Immensité. Uh, but it's in that same realm. I've smelled L'Immensité, and to be honest, this one doesn't really smell all that much like it. It's more of an inspired by, but I like that because I hate to say this, but I actually like this more than L'Immensité, just the way that this comes across. You have to like Ambroxan with this one. There's a lot of Ambroxan. There's that ginger sparkle effervescence. There's citrus, and it just dries down to a really fresh fragrance that is seriously eternal. This is maybe the best performing fragrance in my entire collection, and it's a fresh fragrance. Uh, I've gotten the most compliments on this fragrance simply for the fact that people can smell it hours and hours and hours later. I have a distinct memory. I was once outside the entire day. It was a windy day. I was by the ocean, sprayed this on pretty heavily in the morning. And at 8 or 9 p.m. that night, when I'm having food with someone, they're telling me how prominently they could still smell this fragrance. So, and I didn't reapply at any point that during that day. So this thing really lasts a long time. If you like vibrato, if you like Tygar, if you like stuff of that kind of effervescent, citrusy, ambroxan, sparkly, ginger type fragrance type scent profile, John Lowe Immortal is for sure worth the $35 whatever that you're going to spend on it. It is so damn good. The cap on this one sucks, just FYI. Do not try to pick this one up by the cap. It is magnetic, but it's pretty weak, so just be aware of that. But fragrance is excellent. I even bought a bottle of this for a good friend of mine. He wanted it really. He was always talking about that I was smelling nice and giving me nice compliments when I would wear it. So I ended up buying him a bottle for his when he moved into his new house as like a housewarming gift, and he really loves it. He wears it all the time. Let me get caught up in the chat, and then we'll do some more, I guess. I've heard of this. This is the best cologne of Gris Charnel from many people. Yeah, it really is so good. So good. Shit, man. I may have to check it out. La Nuit de l'Homme is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't smell the same as La Nuit de l'Homme, but it's in that similar type category of kind of like guest date night type fragrances. It's more on the black tea and a little bit of the fig, but it's so good, man. Yeah, I just can't tell you enough. I need to get my nose on Gris Charnel. I'll probably order a decant once the fall rolls around. Yeah, so there is the EDP and there's the X-Straight. I'm in the minority in the fact that I actually prefer Gris Charnel, the EDP, to the X-Straight. I understand why people would like the X-Straight. Some people want beast mode everything, and the stronger the better. For me personally, I like just the blend on the EDP a little bit more. The quote unquote freshness. It's not a fresh fragrance, but the freshness compared to the X-Straight is nice, and I actually prefer the EDP. So I suggest you sample Gris Charnel EDP in addition to the X-Straight. Maybe you may like that stronger version. Found a Silver Mountain Water dupe from Meek. That's an interesting name. It's probably the best one I've tried. Okay, interesting. Oh, TLTG reviews. Big Ross the boss. Thanks for stopping by, man. Love the topic. Yeah, it's a good one, right? Everyone loves a good cheapie. And that's the cool thing about this community, this specific like part of the community or whatever, is we like to wear expensive stuff, but we also like to wear cheap stuff too. This is the no snob zone. So yeah, let's talk about another one. That's a good segue. All right, let's do two more. So this next one is it's a little bit controversial, a little bit polarizing perhaps, and but it's got some significant memories for me tied to it. As a kid, I would wear this fragrance a lot to school. It was one of my very first fragrances. It's a fragrance that really worked well for me as a person that didn't know anything about fragrances, and the only fragrances I had were gifts that my mom got me from TJ Maxx or whatever that I didn't have any part in choosing, but I was blessed with as a kid. Mont Blanc Individual. So unfortunately, this is not the original formulation. This is the newer style bottle, but it smells close enough. I had a bottle of the original formulation. I had like probably 5-ish ml left. And this was before I was super getting into fragrances hard again, maybe like a year and a half ago. And I ended up throwing it away because I was like, I have another bottle. Why do I need this other bottle? And that was a mistake because The second I smelled this, I was like, oh, wait, it's not exactly the same. This one smells a little watered down, but still works great. It's that raspberry freshness. It's a little bit synthetic, so you have to be cool with that. But it's a unique kind of DNA for a fresh fragrance, especially like today when everything is kind of more so on the citrus and broxin type deal. You get something like this that has a bit of a throwback style, but still can be certainly worn and smells great. People get compare this to original Santal from Creed, and in a way, the fact that Mont Blanc and Creed have this little rivalry, Explorer steals Aventus, and then original Santal stealing Individual. It's just something interesting to note. But this was the original. This smells 100 times better than Youp Homme. Youp Homme is like medicinal syrupy type sweetness. This is just a more of like a fabric softener, fresh type sweetness. Sandalwood is a very prominent note in this profile as well. So you have to like sandalwood. But this is a staple. This is a classic, and it's kind of like a community darling. I would call it a community darling for me at least. It's got that nostalgia. Let's get caught up in the chat. Actually, let me do one more real quick. I said I was going to do two. So this is Coach for Men. Still a really solid fragrance. It's like a good alternative to Dylan Blue. It's like if you want to spend 30-40 bucks on a really, really solid blue fragrance that smells great, get Coach for Men. It's got an interesting fruitiness with the kumquat note. I think it's got a little bit of pear as well. It's still got that blue fragrance, shower gel freshness, that modern type freshness that people love, and doesn't last a long time, unfortunately, but it smells great. So you can spray it on your clothes and it's going to give you a little bit better performance. That's the one drawback to Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue definitely lasts much longer than Coach for Men. But this one is still really solid. And when I always go back to, it's just like, this will never not smell good. For the rest of my life, I probably want to keep a bottle of this just because the smell is fantastic. And that's always the most important thing, right? So let's see what's happening in the chat. People saying what up to Ross. People saying what up to each other. Patrick's Life. I'm with you, Michael. Sometimes I prefer the lower oil concentration over an extrait because it's lighter area. Sometimes extraits get too dense, stuffy. Yep. That's exactly what I mean. Well said, my man. Drip Boss Ross. Yep, that's right. He is blessing us with his time here in the chat. Like Ganymede extrait is overkill to my nose. Man, I've not smelled Ganymede, but I smelled Alexandria's version, Hanamede. I could not do that one, man. It smelled to me like a tire shop, like you're smelling a tire from a car, like a new tire. I don't know. It was weird. Maybe my nose hasn't developed, and I'll get there one day. Bentley Silver Lake has to rank in my top 5 clones. It's pretty damn close to Essenza. Okay, I have to keep an eye out for that one for sure. Busy day, but I can't complain. Life is good. That's what I like to hear, my man. Try original Santal, super underrated. Yeah, I have tried it and I really like it. I'm gonna pick up a Creed eventually, and it's really between that one and Millésime Imperial, but I'm leaning towards original Santal. I have sampled it, I really loved it, and yeah, that one is probably gonna be my first Creed pickup. I know you're focused. Getting closer. Oh yeah, it must be exciting. Yeah, Ross is getting close to his competition. He's really dialed in right now. I like where his head's at with the competition and how he's taking it. He's really locked in. He's ready to go. He's gonna crush it. I already know. My dad's signature scent used to be Yop. Oh my gosh, 9 having my bottle of Mont Blanc Individual as I knew he'd get. Oh, you gave him your bottle of Mont Blanc Individual as you knew he'd get more wear out of it than me. Yeah, and you wouldn't have to smell Yop while you're home. At least you could smell Individual. So win-win, right? Let's see what's popping. Last day of energy drinks and diet sodas. Uh-oh. I got my decan of Essenza. I love it. To me, it's the best Acqua di Gio. I love the super herbal direction. Slightly metallic. Also, I think there's a bit of florals, maybe jasmine in it. Acqua di Gio Essenza. The dark horse of the line that some people really praise. I've not tried, unfortunately, but Maybe one day. I was talking about this yesterday, but I was like, I'm good with Profundo and Absolute. Those are the two I have, and I'm good with those. But someone was quick to mention Essenza as well. So worth noting, Essenza is kind of a sleeper banger. All right, let's do two more. Speaking of Acqua di Gio Profondo, Chrome Extreme, kind of like Profondo, but you still get that metallic edge of chrome. It is a little bit sweeter to my nose, and you lose that minerality that you get with the Acqua di Gio, which is one thing that I actually really like about it. But that minerality is not for everyone. So some people prefer Chrome Extreme. I have a very distinct memory of going to the airport. I sprayed 3 sprays of this one on, and the cab driver was very adamant about asking me what I was wearing and what it was called and how he could get it. And of course, I let him in on the goods. I don't like to gatekeep my fragrances. So I let him know. Chrome Extreme. Good performance here with this one, too. It's got, again, that blue freshness, and quality is solid for the price. Really recommend this one if you don't have Profundo, or if you're looking for Profundo on a budget, or maybe you love the scent profile like I do. I have both, and yeah, they're redundant, but I don't really mind, because if I don't want to use my bottle of Profundo, if I'm just going to the gym or something, if I'm just at home, I'll just go with Chrome Extreme instead. Save my bottle of Profundo a little bit, and I get the same type of experience from it. So yeah, let's do one more, I guess. So this has actually been my go-to gym fragrance. This is Ralph Lauren's Polo Sport Fresh. Now, this fragrance came out like a good amount of time ago, like the original Polo Sport, and then nothing. And then all of a sudden, this flanker popped up at Ross like 2023. So it just kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm really happy with it. It's a really fresh, like, again, dryer sheet type fragrance. Like it's got this synthetic iris to it. It doesn't have a powdery nature too much, so iris can kind of do that in a fragrance sometimes. That's not the case here. It is kind of on the more like synthetic iris side, but as far as just the wearing experience, if you're going to the gym and you wear a fragrance, this has been the best fragrance that I've found, that I can work out really hard even when I'm out of breath and I'm going really hard. The scent doesn't bother me. I've had some other fragrances that I've tried that didn't work as well. I wore light blue intense to the gym once, and that was just a bad idea. It was too intense for working out. But the ozonic kind of like fresh airiness of Polo Sport Fresh works really nice for the gym. And it's just a really clean, easy to wear type thing that won't cost you too much. Let's get caught up in the chat. Let me grab a little water here. All right. I see we got Kara. What's happening, Kara? What's up, people? I'm actually wearing a cheap frag that doesn't suck. Glacier Bold, the LeBeau clone. Nice one. I have to tell you about a fragrance. I was thinking about you, and I know you like tropical stuff. So let's see. I got to tell you about this fragrance because I think you're going to really like it. Which one is it? Let's see. I got a couple of these Michael Maluls on Amazon. They're like $25. They're like little 10 ml travel sprays. And the one that I think Kara is going to like is this one, Citizen Jack Absolute. Kara, this one is right up your alley. It's got that tropical coconut type feel. It's got just like that creaminess to it, that coconut creaminess, and it's got that fruity sweetness to it as well. I think you should check this one out. I kind of know your style at this point and what you like. So Citizen Jack Absolute by Michael Malone should be right up your alley. I smell spot on, Patrick. Slightly more herbal, greener version of Acqua di Gio, talking about Essenza. John Carlo is in the building. What is up, my man? Thanks for being here. Fragrance World, Pinassi, Pinnacle, Pineapple, Pinassi. Interesting. Let us know, what is that a clone of? What is that cloning? 10 days left, Ross. I'll be happy when your competition is over so I can see my favorite show more often. Still help you win, though, too. Yeah, it's also my favorite show as well, Kara. I really enjoy the community that he's built, and I'm happy that I can be involved in it. And yeah, it's a really great addition to my week and something I really look forward to. And I know he puts in a lot of work. You know, the live streams are like extra because he does all the content too, and then he does the live on top of that. So it's definitely appreciated. My guys, that's one of my signature since for summer. I'm wearing it now actually. Okay, are you talking about the Polo Sport Fresh? If you are, or really any of the ones we've mentioned, you're killing it, man. And thank you for being here, Mr. DJ Cole. Thursday's the last stream until July 2nd. We're about to get it popping. I'm about to get it popping tomorrow for the last stream. Everybody, what's up to JCB? When people ask me what I'm wearing, I tell them some random Marvel, and that's from Marshalls. Yeah, Mickey Mouse Eau de Parfum, Donald Duck Elixir. Hell yeah, man. Man, why you gotta be like that, Mikey? Just let the people know. Let them have the goods. That's funny though. I love Chrome Extreme. It's my favorite so far. I got Aqua on the way, and I have Pure. I'm gonna get the EDP too soon. I love the EDP. I'm always like back and forth about which one I should talk about, the EDP or Extreme. I love them both. I love the EDP though. It's more on that blue, like shower gel type smell. Still get that chrome metallic freshness that the line is known for, but definitely a little bit more on the kind of blue side, whereas this one just smells like the ocean. It's more aquatic, I guess, more like Profundo. It really does smell like Profundo. Aqua was not for me. I think it's a good fragrance, but I didn't enjoy the basil in it. It was unpleasant. Yeah, I couldn't get down with that basil. I just smelled like a cooking spice to me, and that really just kind of stuck out in the fragrance, and that note threw it off for me, unfortunately. I've never tried Pure. I'd like to one day. I heard good things about that one though, so hopefully you like that one. Let me know what your thoughts on when they come in. Kara's going down the Chrome rabbit hole, right? They're easy to pick up and enjoy. Don't hurt the wallet too much. Yeah, I think I've tried also United. I like United. It's a tea-based fragrance. It's kind of slept on. It's a great fragrance, but it's kind of one of those that gets thrown under the rug once you start acquiring more stuff. You may not necessarily pick it as like a love for you, but it's solid. I just don't know if it's 100% worth owning. If you love tea fragrances, and I kind of do, then it might be worth checking out. And then there's also Chrome Legend, which is maybe the most metallic to my nose of all of the chromes. Very, very sharp type fragrance, good performance, but a little sharp, a little kind of on the harsh side. And it has some like floral component to it as well. Also a tea-based fragrance, but smells completely different, which is very interesting because they're both tea-based scents done in completely different ways, which really just goes to show you how much variety there is, even using similar ingredients. So it's very interesting. Let's do, actually, I'm getting a little bit behind, so I'll get caught up a little bit, and then we can do a few more. You guys say, what's up? Kara just ordered Tropical Kiss today. I'm excited for mango and coconut, inspired by Mango Kiss. Okay, well, that sounds like perfect kind of tropical fragrance that you'd enjoy. Definitely right up your alley. And mango's fire. Just out Ambassador is fire. You gotta love that mango note. It's really hitting right now. Oh, by the way, Kara, Dazzling Garden review tomorrow. Be on the lookout, people, for that Dazzling Garden review. I actually got a sample of that frag. Okay, Citizen Jack Absolute, I'm assuming, or maybe Dazzling Garden. I actually got a sample of that frag order. I really like it. My daughter liked it too. Kara, you are really expanding your palette, and I love to see it. Let's see. Mr. Boz is in the building. What is up, my man? Thanks for being here. Hope you're feeling good today. Let us know in the comment what your scent of the day is. Always interested to see what you're wearing, my man. They re-released Chrome Legend and launched a Chrome Azure this year, but I don't think they've released it yet in the US. Okay, no, hopefully it hits the rack store soon, because that is where I like to pick up my chromes. Is Artisan Pure worth getting? Is the performance okay enough to get noticed for compliments? Funny you mentioned Artisan Pure. So let's talk about it. Artisan Pure. Now, your question can really be broken down into many different things. The first question you ask, is it worth getting? For me, yeah, it's worth getting because I'm a guy that really focuses on scent profile, and the scent profile here is fantastic. It's got a little bit of that Barbados woodiness that you'd expect across the line, but it's got like just this beautiful citrus, zingy type freshness. The citrus in here is just phenomenal. It is a perfect summer fragrance. Now, the performance is not good. And if that's something that is really important to you, you may want to pass on this because you're going to always be disappointed with this not performing if that's, what you're focused on. But if you just enjoy the smell, if you just can take a minute to realize not every single fragrance needs to be beast mode, especially when you're paying, I don't know, $35 for this bad boy, and you can just enjoy it for those 2 hours, man, you're going to be feeling great and you're going to be feeling refreshed on a hot day with Artisan Pure. It is a white t-shirt, hanging out at the beach, casual drinks with friends, just enjoying life type fragrance that is worth experiencing, even if it only lasts for 2 hours. So, hope I answered your question, or perhaps I left you even more confused than you were before you asked it. I'm waiting for my Artisan Pure, probably arriving tomorrow. You know what? I'm spraying it. Damn. It's great. It's refreshing. It's got a little bit of maybe like a lemony type of brightness to it as well. I don't know what the notes are. Maybe mandarin orange or something. It's some kind of citrus. That's the most prominent thing. Citrus and some woods. Just lovely though. Good quality too for the price. Barbados always has good quality for the price. Let me know what you think after you wear it, Boz. It shines when it's hot outside. It's one of my favorites. Smells way past its price point. Point made. All right, let's go. We got a few more here to talk about. Let's go dive into some like evening type stuff because we've been talking about a lot of freshies lately. So let's go into stuff that's a little bit darker, perhaps. CK1 Shock, guys. This is like the fragrance that everybody kind of picks up when they're first getting into fragrance collecting enthusiasm, right? It's tobacco, very easy wear tobacco. To me, it reminds me of a lotion for some reason, like an expensive lotion type smell. It's got some nice spices in it. It's a great gift to get someone who you're not sure if they are into fragrances or what they like, and you want to get them just a solid little cheapie, maybe just as an addition to whatever your main gift is going to be. This is excellent, especially in the winter and fall time. You can wear it pretty much all 4 seasons, but maybe in the summer it's just going to be a little too much with the spices and tobacco. But to each their own. I really there's worse things to wear in the summer than CK1 Shock, to be quite frank. So $20, it smells good. I come back to it all the time, and one that you might forget about after a while of how solid this one really is. And then next one would be, let's do this one. So this one, Jeff from SoCal Sense, he put me onto this, and I have not been able to put it down since I got it. It is so freaking good. It's crazy good. Paris Hilton Gold Rush. Man, this does not look like much when you just look at this bottle, but this fragrance inside is something special. It's got this vanilla sweetness, yes, but in truth, it smells to me like the YSL Y line. It smells kind of like Y Le Parfum, excuse me, but not as like sorry, I'm just gonna take a little water. I don't normally talk for this long. I'm gonna mute myself while I clear my throat. One sec. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm good. I'm back. All right, where was I? Gold Rush Man. Kind of smells like the YSL Y Le Parfum DNA to me, more on the youthful side, but has like some essence of that blue shower gel freshness, that Ambroxan type freshness as well, with decent performance, above average performance. Seriously, for 20 to $25, this fragrance is a steal. Quality is on point, doesn't smell like a cheap POS. Um, I think this one would just garnish infinite compliments if I wore it out more often. It could really pull some positive attention. I don't know. The whole compliment thing is a whole nother discussion that we could get into if you want. But yeah, Gold Rush Man, lovely. If you like Y Le Parfum, you should check out Gold Rush Man. People say it smells like 1 million, but I don't get that at all. And I've heard that over and over that this smells like 1 million, but it really doesn't. 1 million to me, the most prominent things are always that grapefruit and the spices, and obviously the sweetness. But those three things stick out to me. In this, I just get like a mix of La Nuit de l'Homme and Y Le Parfum, like two of my favorite fragrances, kind of mixed in one for 125 bucks. So Paris Hilton's got some good fragrances. The celebrity fragrances are usually pretty bad, but there are some hidden gems among them. And let's do one more and then we'll get back to the chat. This is Ferragamo Attimo. This guy pops up randomly here and there. I saw on Fragrance Buy they do sell it. This is a little bit more mature than the other kind of fragrances that I mentioned. I would say like mid 30s and up. It's a fresh, spicy fragrance. It's got a little bit of this like black licorice touch to it in the opening, but don't let that throw you off because it's only there briefly and it's more in the background. You really get the cardamom here, you get the lavender, and you just get a kind of very appealing, sexy kind of date night fragrance. If you enjoy stuff like Armani Code, this is not the same, but it really kind of reminds me of Armani Code and of what Armani Code is doing. Um, I'm not sure. There may be tonka bean in this one as well, but it's a lovely fragrance that doesn't cost too much. That pops up. Good atomizer on this one too, and it does have a bit of this. Yeah, it has a bit of spice to it, but one of the best fresh spicy fragrances I've ever smelled. Just fantastic, really. This is a fragrance that if you want to be taken seriously, if you want to wear something a little bit more masculine, a little bit more like you're not going to be joking around, like you mean business, or maybe a little bit more on the professional side, like Atimo's got you covered. It's really really lovely. Let's get caught up in the chat, shall we, folks? See you, Ross. Thanks for stopping by, my man. Even when fragrances are not performing, it can be used for different situations. Artisan Pure, for example, can be used for going to do the groceries, any sort of going back out and in. Absolutely. There is use for all types of performance. CK All, Chef's Kiss. Yeah, CK All is a really good white floral one. I really like that one as well. That one is very solid. Very solid. CK One Shock didn't work for me. Still smells great on my son, though. Well, I'm glad you got some use out of it. If not for yourself, then for your son. A youthful one. I never smelled that Paris Hilton one. Yeah, that's one Jeff definitely hypes up. And I respect him for it, man. He's put me onto a couple to where now I'm really like, okay, Jeff knows what's good. He really does. I'd like to work with him one day. He is also in LA, so I always have a good old CKB its own twist. I've not tried that one. I do see it though pop up, but I've sadly not tried that one. Thoughts on Antonio Banderas' Blue Seduction or Kenneth Cole Black for Man? Yeah, I think there's just better options. Like, yeah, they're cheap, but I think there's just so many better options than both of those. The Kenneth Cole fragrances, I don't like the quality on them, to be quite honest. I think they're subpar for the quality, and just the Blue Seduction, it was okay. Nothing amazing. there are definitely better options just out there for the price. They're not terrible fragrances. They don't like smell awful, but the quality was just not to my liking, to where I wouldn't wear something else over it. All right, just a couple more, and then I don't know. We'll probably wrap up here pretty soon, or maybe just chat for a little bit. All right, so let's go with these two. So Missoni Wave. Sony Wave is excellent. Smells like Chanel Allure Homme Sport for a third of the price. You get a magnetic cap that is actually very strong. You can definitely hold this one by the cap, no problem there. Um, Lasts a long time, and I love this scent profile, this woody kind of citrus scent profile that has lasted and lasted and lasted. Seriously, the last 20 years, people have been rocking this, and it still smells great. Not this specifically, but just that Chanel Allure Homme Sport profile. So Sony Wave is another great one to pick up that doesn't suck. And then last one, I guess for now, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Invictus Aqua, I had to throw in some sort of Invictus Aqua type scent profile into the mix here. And this and Davidoff Cool Water Wave are my current two favorite on the affordable side. But I remember I was at Sephora, I was smelling a lot of different fragrances, and I smelled this one, and it was just such a breath of fresh air compared to all the stuff that I was testing that wasn't really hitting. And then I happened to like the cheapest one that they had. So you never know. Price is not always the most important thing. But if you like Invictus Aqua, this is one of the best to do it. Do their own little twist on it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Agree. I haven't smelled the Kenneth Cole. That's moved me. Yeah. Perry Ellis and Kenneth Cole are kind of like on the same page for me. They're just both not great on the quality. All right. Thanks for the input. Seeing them pop up in the cheapy recommendation. I think the next one I'll hunt down is Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct, either blue or together, or Banana Republic fragrance. Yeah. So the whole First Instinct line is worth getting, besides maybe the First Instinct Extreme. I'm not as big a fan of that one. I think the original First Instinct is much better, and I enjoy like the watermelon freshness that it provides. Blue is awesome. Doesn't last long, but it reminds me a lot of Ralph's Club EDP. So if you enjoy the lavender kind of forward blue fragrance, aromatic type blue fragrance profile, you're going to like that one, especially if you like the Ralph's Club DNA. I find them kind of similar, but First Instinct Blue was, I've gone through maybe like 3 bottles of that. That's one that I've rebought, and I've been through multiple bottles. Together is the sweetest of the bunch. Also, like that Invictus bubblegum sweetness. I didn't love it at first. It was too sweet for me, and just like too synthetically sweet with like nothing else going on. But over time, it grew on me, and I actually really love it now. I from time to time will do just a test around my hand. The key with that one is not to overspray it, because you can easily overdo it with that one, and it does dry down into kind of a fresher blue as well. So. And then Banana Republic, yeah, I love my Banana Republic. Tobacco and Tonka Bean, Metal Rain, Grassland are the 3 that I would recommend you pick up first. Yeah, so that was it. That was the topic for today. If you guys have any final thoughts or opinions or questions or statements or criticism, I welcome it. Drop it down now, or otherwise probably wrap it up. I will try to get some more content going this week. I've been really focused on music lately, and I kind of go back and forth between making music and making fragrance content. So I will be back. It is a long-term game. It is hopefully something that I can enjoy for life. So fear not, there will be more videos coming soon. If you guys have any topics that you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. I'm open to your suggestions. I mainly do lists of 10, and I feel like I've done so many lists of 10 at this point that I'm having a little bit of difficulty coming up with topics that aren't just meaningless topics that would actually, be interesting and maybe useful to the viewer. So if you have any suggestions for me, I'd be happy to do them. Um, all right, thanks for the input. Seeing them pop up in cheapy recommendation list. Okay, I already read that one. Have you tried Imagination or Pacific Chill or any inspirations of it? I was wondering your thoughts of those. Yeah, I have tried those. So Imagination is excellent. Um, I don't it's not like my number 1 from the house, but I think it's excellent, and I have nothing really bad to say about it. It's got that a little bit of like that neroli type of, smell going with it, and a lot of times when there's neroli in the fragrance, to me, it comes off very soapy, and it comes off a little bit of like this dish soapiness to me, and that's not always my favorite thing. I don't love it or hate it. It just always stands out to me. And I'm just a little like lukewarm on the note of neroli at all. But it's solid. Pacific Chill is my favorite of the Louis Vuitton fresh offerings. It is, I think, much more unique, and I love the watery aspect of it. I love the apricot note in it that kind of makes it stand out. And to me, that's the one that really moved me the most. That really, I really enjoyed Pacific Chill from their fresh offerings. Um, so yeah, that's the one that I would go for. There is also some other good ones like Meteor, which is certainly worth trying. That's kind of their blue fragrance. I thought that one was pretty solid as well that you might want to check out. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, I do. That's actually my main thing. But I like to do different hobbies. If you do a lot of the same thing, you get bored, and then you got to do something else, and you come back to it. It's good to have multiple interests if you're into that kind of thing. Tommy Bahama set sail Saint Martinique. This stuff is so good. That's one from the line that I have not tried actually, but I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I am a fan of the Tommy Bahama fragrances. Another example of something that is solid that doesn't have good performance but is still really enjoyable to wear. You guys saying what's up to each other? Hey, you share a similarity with Justin Copeland, musician and fragrance enthusiast. I guess a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily compare myself to him. He's much further along in his YouTube world than I am. He's got almost 100,000 subscribers, and he's got much more experience than I do. Um, and he he's a smart dude. Like it just comes across. I enjoy Justin's content. You really got to turn on your thinking cap when you're watching Justin because he's operating on a high level, and it's really fun to see what he comes up with. So shout out Justin Copeland, man. Kenneth Cole RSVP. They made a new RSVP, but totally different scent, man. Yeah, that's see the Kenneth Cole, just the quality is it's not there. I feel the same with like guest fragrances too. They're just unwearable for me. Unwearable. Also make music a hobby, guitar and bass. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think everyone should find some sort of creative outlet that they enjoy doing. It's a good way to spend your time and keeps your creativity up. For you, Frag Frat, Martinique is more aquatic one in the line, watery lavender and simple citrus. Well, that sounds like something I'd really like because I love watery fragrances. I love lavender, and who doesn't like a good citrus note, right? I'm the orchestral guy. I play viola. Nice. Yeah, so I used to play guitar, and that's kind of how I got into DJing. Was I kind of got sick of guitar, and I saw a video of like DJ Tiesto or something playing with actually a live violinist, and that was the video that made me think, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. Like this guy can play music, but he can also have real instruments playing. Like I want to do that. So that was at the age of 13, and I just kind of pursued it after that, and focus mainly now. I do DJing for a living, but music production and making mainly house music. But it's I've been in it for 5 6 years now, but making professional sounding music consistently, it's definitely a challenge, especially when you're kind of trying to learn it yourself. But I've come a long way, and it's frustrating, but also very rewarding. So it's fun for me. Have you tried St. Kitts? So how would you describe that one? I've only tried St. Bart's. Yeah, St. Kitts I have tried. I have it. It is more fruity. Woody and fruity are the two main things. Um, where the St. Bart's is on the kind of lime tequila, St. Kitts is like a red kind of berry fruit, maybe apple, and just a woodiness. It's pretty basic. It's not, mind blowing, but it's nice. It's nice. It's solid. For some, it's going to be their favorite one, and I could see why. It's just very appealing, easygoing, kind of like they all are, right? But yeah, definitely fruity and a little woody. Versace Eros Flame. What's up, Tristan? Thanks for stopping by, my man. That is a very solid fragrance, and I think I like that one the most out of all the Eroses. You can do a lot you can do a video of sounds that you can associate with a fragrance. Maybe you can play a short version with your keyboard. That's interesting. That is actually a good idea, Joel. That is interesting. Make a little snippet of sound and what, like, make it to a fragrance. That's interesting. That would differentiate me as well. It's a good idea. I'll have to consider that. I have a big decan of Kids. Didn't care for it very much. It's not bad by any stretch, but my top three are Bar Smart, Neat, and Very Cool. Okay. Yeah, I've not tried Martinique or Very Cool. But yeah, St. Bart's is great. My first fragrance that got me hooked on fragrances. Which one's he talking about? Which one you talking about there, Boz? Something, I don't know. Oh, maybe the Tommy Bahama is the one he's talking about. How is Mason Alhambra's Perseus? Okay, I have actually tried that one, so I'll give you my thoughts. So it gets pretty close to Pegasus from Parfums de Marly, which is what it's cloning. It's cheap, so just have that expectation with it, and I would just make sure that you like that scent profile before you get Perseus or anything like it. Make sure that you like that Pegasus scent profile, because I thought I liked it, and then I wore it, and I just realized I didn't really enjoy wearing it. There's certain fragrances that you can smell on your skin or a test strip one time, and you enjoy it in that moment, but then you actually wear it and you wear it for several hours, and then you realize I don't actually enjoy wearing the scent profile, and it kind of bothering me. I wish I'd pick something else. So just be aware of that. That scent profile is a little bit, it's unique. It really is. It's almond. It's very heavy, creamy vanilla. It's got the heliotrope note, which is maybe a little bit off-putting to some, and I think that's what it was throwing me off from it, is that heliotrope. But if you know that you like that scent profile and you want that fragrance on the budget, I don't think there's any better options. So that's my analysis with that, with Perseus, the Pegasus clone. St. Kitts is the most fruits of them. A little too much for me. Yeah, it definitely has the most fruits. Ideas for content. Keep 10 fragrances for life. I think I already did that one not too long ago. I could do it again, but I think I just did that one. An affordable summer fragrance list. Yeah, I've done that one like several times. Your fragrance regrets or worst blind buying experiences. Yeah, I don't really like to do negative content necessarily, but I could just, I guess, do more affordable summer lists. Even if I've done one for the summer already, I could just do it again and call it something else, I guess. Because yeah, those are interesting to watch, right? And I think my affordable summer fragrance list is one of the highest viewed videos that I've done recently. So I can just do riffs on that. That's pretty much what I've been doing. If you look at my channel, it's just kind of like that particular season, 10 for that, just kind of named a little bit differently. One fragrance each month. Yeah, I have done that. Maybe I'll do it for 2024 because I think I did it for last year. So yeah, a lot of these fragrance list topics, it's like it's just finding different words to do a video that you've probably already done. I mean, how many 10 list topics can there be, you know? Um, but yeah, those are good suggestions. So I'll just do some remixes. Have you tried Odyssey Aqua? Pretty good for the price. I'm not familiar with that one. Let us know what's going on with that one, Jordan. Thanks for stopping by. Anyone try Hermes Bel Ami? I received the decant. Whoa, so classic and great for fall and winter. Need a bottle ASAP. A gem. Hicks Griffey, what is up, my man? Thanks for coming in to say hello. Hope you're doing well. Let us know what your scent of the day is. Oh, you meant Eros Flame. Eros Flame was the fragrance that got Boz back in the fragrance game. Cool, guys. Well, we are at an hour. The fatigue is starting to hit. So I'm going to probably wrap it up here soon. I appreciate everybody being here. We had a decent little crowd of the crew. So thanks for stopping by. I put no notice on this live stream. It was very spur of the moment. Just trying to keep the Wednesday live stream game going. And yeah, didn't give you any notice, but you still showed up. So that's why I love you guys. Appreciate you. Chris Griffey's wearing Polo 67. That one is cool. That's the new Polo. I tried it. I thought it's nice. Not anything that's game changing, but it's a solid blue fragrance. So can't knock you for it. Nice scent. All right. Let's wrap it up, I guess. Oh, Black Boy Cobalt for 25 bucks. Damn, that sounds good. Yeah. Black Boy Cobalt is really nice. Don't own it, but I like it. I like all of them early. They're good. I love blue fragrances. For some reason, the Rojas Loam didn't work for me, though. Go figure. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up. Peace out. Keep smelling great out there. Thanks for stopping by at the Fragrance Fraternity. More fragrance content coming your way. Hope everyone wears the fragrances in good health, God willing. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Peace.